Hello everybody, welcome back to the Human Golf Show. Me and Arthur this morning. We've got a very exciting review this morning. But before we go into that, we just wanted to say thank you for all the support. As of the 11th of August, we are a year old last year, and what an incredible response it's been. We really are so grateful because this is a passion for Arthur and I. It's not a business that's generating money for us at the moment. And we say those type of things because this show is really meant for everyday golfer in South Africa. And we're not selling clubs. We are not trying to punt a particular brand, but we just want to show you what these things can do. And this year for us, for me and Arthur, is we want to don't just talk to guests because it's obviously the core of who we are, but we want to go into a bit of club reviews. We want to talk about the South African golf landscape a little bit more and give you a better understanding as to when you go either into a retail store or into a fitter, or to a coach, what does that look like and what type of results can you get out of it? So thank you, and we bless you guys for the year and everything that you do, and thank you for all the support. Arthur, morning.
Good morning. Welcome to my home.
Your home.
Very excited to be here. Beautiful morning, and very, very excited for this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a different year. It's going to be a positive year, and excited what lies ahead. Yeah.
And those that want to chirp Arthur, if you're sitting behind a desk right now, and this is his office, overlooking onto this beautiful copperleaf range, you can definitely swear at him or chirp him if you want to, because I'm jealous every day. So Arthur, before we go off onto the review side today, because just quickly, what club are we going to review today?
We're going to review the new Cobra Darkspeed.
Yeah.
Very excited. It's launching on the 8th of February. So we've got a little sneak peek testing going on here today. Very excited to try the 3 different heads. Apparently it's very fast and long, which I need.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're going to run through it today, hit the 3 heads, and review the results.
Yeah.
And it's also obviously going to be very personal. We're not biased to a particular brand or to anything, so it's going to be an honest review based on what we think
and
data. Obviously, we're going to use the TrackMan today, which is really cool. I think that validates a lot. We're using ProVs today, so the testing is going to be very consistent, I think. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
So Arthur, just before we go into that, I want to steal you for 5 minutes. You caddied for your best friend and somebody that's come for you for quite some time in your life. And just want to remind Erik, if he ever sees this, the one that didn't come to your wedding?
Yes.
Erik Van Rooyen.
Yes.
So end of last year, he's asked you to please come in and help him caddy at the Dunhill Classic.
Correct.
In
Dunhill
Championships in
Leopard Creek.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we all know, a lot of us that haven't been fortunate enough, and I was fortunate enough to have played it, the setting is incredible, but it was also 30 degrees.
Plus,
30 degrees plus. But if you don't mind, just talk us a little bit through it, because I tell you what, I was so jealous that I couldn't make it. Because if you just think about who was there, the entire Stinger team was there.
Except for Grace.
Oh, wasn't Grace there?
I don't think he was there, no.
And you guys were actually socially with him. So again, Arthur works in this environment, and then you get this opportunity to go and sit with the top players in the world and have a bit of a bribe with them, some family time. But take us through this. What was your experience like?
I think first of all, it was nice. I was excited to caddy for him, just to spend time with him more than anything. We don't get to see each other much. If anything, a week to 10 days in the year.
Yeah.
So just to spend some time with him off and on the golf course is very special. To spend time with his family, his daughters, I'm his godfather. Valerie's godfather.
Valerie's,
we can edit that. His godfather. So it was very special, just from a time perspective. Secondly, without him knowing that, I'm very invested in his game. I spend a lot of time watching him, supporting him, want to see him do well. So being on the golf course, trying to get a job done is pretty special. So it was really, really cool. We managed to stay on the golf course, which was nice. So we had some good off time. But it's also a lot of work, I'll tell you that. It's a full-time job. Could be 3:30 until 7 o'clock in the evening. So it's not a holiday, I'll tell you that for free. And it's obviously very stressful. But I had a good time, we had special moments. some very special shots that I think we should actually put into this. There was a shot I saw which I told him to lay up.
Are we going to go bunker?
Are we going to go bunker?
I was going to ask you. So that was the 4th.
It was the 8th hole.
8th hole.
I think it was round 2, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, everything is a blur because you're in the moment, right?
Yeah.
You're not really focused on score. You just focus on, one shot at a time, focusing on your game plan, focusing on what you need to do. We were at the 8th hole, and for some reason, it's such a weird hole because driver's too much, and then he's got like a little hybrid / forward, which is technically too little. You make the hole a little longer, and it was pretty much into the wind the whole time. So he wanted to hit this little low fade squeezer the whole time, just to, drop the ball flight, make sure we hit fairway, and then we can obviously go from there, because it is a very, very difficult hole with the green sloping all the way. There's a massive dip, which is, you don't want to go down there.
Monet will put up the 8th hole for us as a visual reference.
You don't want to go down there. It's just a tricky hole. I think 7, 8 is very good holes, a par 3 and then the par 4. And I'm assuming it's a stroke 1. So for some reason, every day he just, started at left and stayed left, and he was just in the bunker on the downslope. Ball was sitting quite low. You could hear the commentators after the round saying this is an impossible shot.
He can't get this to the green. There's no way. If he was going to try and get it on the green, he'd have to aim it in the bush 20 yards right of the green and play a high hook against the wind. There's just no chance.
So you've got to hit it out of the bunker. You've got a tree which is like maybe 20 meters in front of you, 2 trees, and you've got to literally hit it around the tree, probably like a 20, 30 meter draw. So he asked me, what do you think we should do here? And I'm playing Mr. Conservative here. I'm like, let's lay up, take the 5 and go type of a thing. And, he was like, F this, we're not here to make a cut, we're here to win. So I'm like, okay, I'm riding the wave with you, we'll do it. And I think it was a 7-9. And probably one of the most impressive shots I've ever seen. He got it a couple of meters onto the green. And that a result on its own, having a birdie putt where we had to up and down from probably 100 for par on that green, was incredible. I mean, listen, I know he's a mate of mine, but he is a special player. I think he's just getting started on his season. I think he's going to have a very good season. His team is strong. His purpose is strong. And very excited to see what happens this year.
Yeah, and it is amazing because Erik again came into the spotlight end of last year when he won the...
It was Worldwide Technologies.
It was a great confident boost, and obviously also very
great back nine.
Great back nine, but very emotional win for him. That was a very personal one with his mate that unfortunately has passed away. But we saw that human side of Erik at the same time. And Arthur, you just wanted to comment on it because everybody that knows Arthur, if you come fitting here, whether you've played with him a round of golf, my mates always talk about he becomes everybody's caddy on the day. He would sit you down, and us amateurs, and he would be like, okay, I've got your visual here. I want you to have a highway. He calls it the highway, Am I right?
Target zone, I can't remember.
You're
putting me on the spot
as
now.
the highway. And he says, create a highway visually in your head. And it is so in your nature, Arthur, for anybody that plays with you or comes in here, that you are so focused on customer experience. And I'm not selling your business now, but also just helping everybody and not just focusing on yourself and individually always. And that's a remarkable thing, and it's why I am so grateful to have you in my life. But thank you for sharing that with us, and congrats, because I know you guys ended up well, and it was a special win because Louis ended up winning it, and it's something he's wanted for a
very long time, yeah.
So for a South African to take it, and also for all those guys that always come and support these events, because guys, they can't do it on every event that happens in South Africa. They play in a certain league, but they still take the time to come through to here.
100%. Yeah, it was a special week. I mean, we played with Charles, we played with Louis, which was very, very fun. And we got it going. I think there were a couple of factors with regards to jet lag and sleep that hit us on the weekend, and you can't control that. There's not enough, I called it salts, which is like a hydration thing we were drinking on the course. I mean, you can't rely on that for jet lag and lack of sleep. But it was a super special week, and mark my words, that is one tournament that he's going to grab one day, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, thank you selfishly, Arthur, for us, because you gave us a lot of TV time as the caddy for, and that Erik was also so kind, and everybody involved. And it just shows you, and I suppose we can end on this particular point. The golfer community is absolutely incredible. You know, I was thinking last night when I was this morning, now that we sit with Puma South Africa, or Cobra as we know them, they just all work together. We all want great things for each other. Yes, we all fight for our capacity, we fight for our piece of the pie, but it's never an ugly fight in South Africa. And the golfing community is remarkable. So thank you to everybody that supports golf, and all the charities that golf supports, and all the effort and stuff that goes into it. And we want to play our small little role in this golf community, and we are so grateful that you allow us to do this. Because this morning, we can take a break from our day-to-day work and do this. And you allow us to do this, and for that we will be forever grateful to you.